What's the coolest favor a family member has ever demanded that ended up making you happy? Congratulations, you're going on a date, my stepmom said, throwing an old black dress to my face. I felt immediately suspicious. From the 8 years I've known her, she's never done anything nice for me before. If anything, she was the classic evil stepmom, making me work out time to pay rent at home while studying for college, skipping every single one of my birthdays, even moving me from my bedroom to the attic, all because she wanted to use the room as a walk-in closet. She smiled sweetly, picking up the brush and running it through my hair. Well, your stepsister Stella found this wonderful man, an heir to a new tech company at a networking event. She told me how he only says yes to double dates, nothing else. So that's where I apparently come into the equation, just entertain his friend Sky. Before I could refuse, my stepmom added, "Anyway, you're going or you can find somewhere else to live. I hope you choose wisely because I really love living with you." She giggled like an evil version of Snow White. Well, given the threat, I had no choice but to go through with it. And thank God I did. The date was set at a fancy restaurant. You know, one of those places that are literally designed to make you feel overconscious and out of place. My stepsister Stella and I showed up at the place early, clearly too excited to dive into the money. The two guys arrived late, but it didn't matter. With faces as handsome as theirs was, they could arrive a week late and you wouldn't get mad. My sister's date, Brennan, had a kind smile and glasses that matched his designer watch. My date, Sky, had piercing eyes that seemed like he was the type to always be 4 steps ahead of everyone. A real challenge, but hey, I like challenges. It was the reason why I chose to study cybersecurity in the first place. Sorry, just got back from a business meeting in Cabo, Renan said, loosening up his tie. Stella's eyes went wide like she'd found the Holy Grail. Oh, I absolutely love Cabo. Where did you stay? Private villa, obviously. Hotels are so... He waved his hand dismissively. Common. Stella swooned at that word common, like it was synonymous to poor and unwanted. So for the next hour, I watched her gush over him, practically drooling every time he mentioned words like investment or funds. Meanwhile, Sky acted goofy, completely different from what I expected. When our appetizer arrived, he looked at the 3 artistic drops of sauce on an enormous plate and whispered $9 per drop. Should we ask if they do refills? I grinned. I love refills. We ended up ordering the weirdest things on the menu, rating each one like we were Gordon Ramsay. If you take this pizza to Italy, you'll get arrested. We ended up laughing so hard, Stella actually texted me from across the table. Stop talking so much. I showed Sky, who nodded proudly. And while everything was going great, there were definitely suspicious things that went on. When the check came, the big tech heir Brennan asked to split the bill in 4, while Sky pulled out a card and offered to pay for everyone there. But then again, maybe he was just humble, so I let it go until other more suspicious things happened. Like for our date to the bookstore cafe, Sky picked me up in a Bentley but mentioned borrowing it from Ban. But the moment we walked in, the staff greeted him under Bernard's name and mentioned reserving the entire place for the date. Your friend's pretty generous, I said with an eyebrow raised. Sky smiled. Well, I'm sure this is nothing for a tech millionaire, I shrugged. Sure, but there are better things to spend on, you know, like what he challenged. Like school supplies to teachers, maybe support small businesses. I don't know.